transparency and integrity of KPSC as an institution, having taken cognizance of certain bad things perpetrated there. First off, we have notified to the learned Advocate General that when initially committee comprising of 3 members of KPSC and later committee comprising of 5 members of KPSC was looking into serious allegations of malpractices, how is that the KPSC could finalize the select list and send it to the government for operation? First off, we are also bewildered, to say the least, that even the government of the day did not bother to look into the affairs of KPSC. And very strangely, pending conclusion of the ongoing inquiry committee proceedings, the appointment orders have been issued to certain candidates.
All the candidates.
All the candidates.
All 24 candidates.
First off, the government cannot feign ignorance in as much as it has stipulated the condition in the appointment orders only about this. First off, such things can happen only in Alice in Wonderland. First off, much is not necessary to specify at this stage. First off, call this matter on 18th for further hearing.
Only one question. The fact that KPSC is a constitutional body by itself,
Correct.
The state government can't interfere in the functioning of the KPSC.
We agree. We agree that the government has some constraints, since KPSC is also a constitutional entity. First off, but both they have their own spheres of action, and to that extent, they can set their houses all right. Nim level nallu ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
No, we'll do. No, that ought to have been done. We'll rectify. We'll come. I'll answer. I'll assist my lords to see that past and future. How we'll go about it.
Something has to be done.
And my submission also that government can or certainly can take action.
Okay, is it possible to take on 230 on 18th so that
At 2:30. At 2:30.
230? So
Very. ಅವತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕೋಬೇಡ. 18th ಇದರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹಿಂಗಂತ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ we may appoint some amicus curiae to assist us
please, Manoj,
independently.
please.
What do you say?
Your worship is totally ignorant.
Not sir,
Ask us also.
Since we are appearing for the Lord petitioners, an impartial amicus curiae should be
ಒಬ್ರು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಾರೆ
better.
Let's,
ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ.
if my lords may,
ಹಾ.
lords, if my lords may defer that by 18th, because earlier, my lords, we had, as an officer of the court, I'm saying this, I've been appearing for KPSC, my lords, as a panel counsel also earlier for the last 15 years. Quota committee report came about. There were certain reforms. An officer of the controller of examination was created. Then, my lords,
No, thereafter 2 more committees were.
thereafter 2 more committees.
Correct.
I will also get everything, what was done, what recommendations were taken, and in fact, my lords, I can tell out of my experience that this officer of controller of examination was created, and Hota committee had recommended that a direct IAS officer should be posted. Now, direct IAS officer, controller of examination was given, my lords, all confidential work was his. But out of experience, I can also say recently, my lords, we have the gazetted professor's recruitment that took place where I had appeared. First, my lords, when the preliminary examination took place, there was a translation error that happened. Thereafter, a decision was taken, my lords, to scrap the to rehold the examination. Then there was a litigation with regard to that. Finally, my lords, court vacated the stay. We were all able to hold a re-examination. Even in the re-examination, unfortunately, there was again translation errors that took place. Now, my lords, commission also is what has happened is the controller has some exclusive the control over confidential information. Even confidential information will be given to secretary and only to the chairman, only on need to know basis. So therefore, in the functioning of the commission, there have become certain islands, and which has resulted in these kinds of secretary speaking.
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನಿಂಗ್
Decisioning. ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
island has start ಆಗಿದೆ. Because of that, there is delay in the decision making process. Recruitments are being held up, and therefore, my lords, these aspects are there, which, my lords, I will also place it on record. But if my lords may defer regarding the amicus, because maybe more
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್
next date of hearing, I'll also say.
Having said that, my lord, today Karnataka Public Service Commission Conduct of Business and Additional Function Amendment is being placed before the cabinet, addressing all this
All this,
issue
the
and your
issues.
apprehension, what your lordships are saying. I'll place that being a thing on the next date of hearing, my lord, to see, and your lordship may go through it. Any other suggestions, my lord, we are open to it.
Very
In fact, we are looking into all that also. my lord.
ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾವ್ ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ರಿಲೇ ಮಾಡೋಕಂತ ಮಾಡಿದೇವಲ್ಲ,
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್, ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ, ಪೀಪಲ್ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ. ಹೌದು,
We will come to that.
ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ
Come to that. my lord.
ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್
We will come to that, my lord.
ಪೀಪಲ್ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ. ಅವಾಗ ಅರ್ಧಕ್ಕರ್ಧ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ,
Well,
ಜನರಿಗೆ
welcome.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ.
In fact, yesterday,
After our progress, we'll see, my lord, if we are still not convinced, my lord,
yesterday